It's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. This week, I'm taking 5 of 10 concepts that our pastor Jarrett Stephens told our administration, faculty, staff, whatever we call the folks that work at church, at their chapel service last week. He said, here are 10 things I really want us to be known for at our church. And I thought, okay, well, I'll take 5 of them because that's 5 days of the week and I can do thoughts for the day. So this is your third one. And it happens to be my wife's favorite one. I like it, but I wouldn't rank it, But anyway, see where you rank it. People over projects. That's the concept. Put people over projects. Now, I think this screams to me for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm a lawyer who practices courtroom law. And so I'm constantly trying cases in courtrooms. And one of the themes that I use in courtrooms is the damage that can happen when people or companies put profits over people, because that leads you to make bad decisions. Well, I want to encourage you to understand it's no different if you put projects over people. That is upside down. People over projects. And the second reason it appeals to me as a lawyer is because that's what I do, are projects. And it's really easy to get so caught up in the importance of your project or the dedication and focus on your project that people become an afterword. That's not the way we need to be. I like the concept of the shepherd smelling like the sheep, which is what Pastor Jarrett said when he was talking about the staff to this. But the lawyer in me also goes somewhere else for the concept. It goes to Luke chapter 10 because there's a story there that's well known, but it draws out of a lawyer trying to test Jesus, in a sense, to get Jesus to provide the rules for who the lawyer has to be nice to, who the lawyer treats as a neighbor. And so Jesus tells him a story. It's called the parable of the Good Samaritan. Here's the story. There was a Jewish fella, going from Jerusalem down to Jericho. Now, if you've ever done that journey, there's a road that goes from Jerusalem to Jericho, but it is a wilderness road of turns as the hills of Jerusalem mellow out into the plain where it's actually the Rift Valley where the Jordan River is, where the Jericho oasis is. And so this fella's taking that journey and he gets beset upon by robbers. And the robbers strip him, take all that he's got, and leave him for dead by the side of the road. Now, there's a Jewish priest who's taken the road, which means he's probably finished his service at the temple and he's headed to his home in the country. And he sees the fella on the side of the road beaten and maybe dead. And the Jewish priest crosses to the far side of the road and skirts as far away as he could as possible. His projects, his going home, whatever he had going on was more important than the people. And then a Levite. Now, Levites they served in the temple as well, but they were kind of a cut below the priest. A Levite's going by. And he's got his projects and what he's about in his mind. And he sees the fella beaten on the side of the road, and instead of going over and tending to him and putting people over projects, he steers way clear and gets on about whatever project he was doing. And then a Samaritan. Now, Samaritans and Jews did not get along at all. Jews thought Samaritans were Satan's spawn, and the Samaritans thought Jews were Satan's spawn. Not literally, but it was like really, really bad stuff. The Samaritan sees the beaten up Jew at the side of the road, and he goes over to him. And he binds up his wounds and pours medicine, oil and wine on the wounds. Takes the beaten up fella to an inn and stays the night with him at the inn. And then the next day goes to the innkeeper, gives him 2 denarii, which is like 2 days worth of wages, and says, please take care of this fella. If you run up a bill higher than that, let me know next time I'm through here and I'll catch it up. That was a man who put aside his racial bigotry, who put aside his projects and said people are most important. And Jesus says that's the kind of neighbor we need to be. We should always put people over projects. That's what the Lord told us. And it's your video thought for the day. I'll see you tomorrow.